Good morning, Hank. It's Tuesday, and this week on Crash Course, we will be covering... No, it's not Crash Course, actually. This is just me sitting in front of a map.
This morning, I awoke in my own bed, an act which I haven't done in 2.5 months. In these 2.5 months, I've been traveling around the country, meeting fans of my own channel, and even spending time with your brother John, and, of course, your adorable nephew Henry, whose affinity for hammers I will not soon forget.
Oh, he's very polite. Very polite.
I left my bed and proceeded to engage in acts of dental hygiene while thinking about thoughts from places. Then I walked around my neighborhood to see what had changed. Turns out, not very much. In fact, nothing had changed, really. Ooh, a new grocery store. I then went to my favorite cafe and proceeded to resist temptation of various carbohydrates, or as I like to call muffins, morning cake. Participated in gratuitous acts of capitalism. Effective. Sat down with my favorite cup of tea, opened up my favorite plate of ink, with super sweet pen holder, and then I wrote some thoughts from places about coming home. And then creepily shot footage of a stranger's dog, wondering if I was ready for that kind of responsibility. Nope. From there, I walked home carrying groceries from the new grocery store I discovered, and entered my apartment to find that despite only being home for a day, I'd somehow managed to fill my sink with dishes. A Tardist coffee mug from a fan, a San Francisco coffee mug, excited to be here, Canada, a Washington, D.C. shot glass, and a cup that I bought myself that I just thought was cool. Not to mention the fact that I had all this post-tour laundry I needed to do. Coming home sucked. Feeling entirely overwhelmed by the cleaning situation, I decided to lay on the couch and fall into a crisis instead. However, I still wanted to make the most of my day, so in true LA fashion, I got up to see my therapist, whose comedic approach to her own profession often helped me deal with the things that were on my mind, especially this. From there, I drove home and tried to think of Los Angeles as a city I'd never been to before, to try and regain some interest. Look, there are so many different types of trees, none of them native to the climate of this desert town. And look, this is a thing that's made here. Maybe I really should get a dog. From there, I drove to my friend's house, who actually owned a dog, to see if I wanted one. And then I remembered that the majority of dog ownership was a lot like cleaning, which was the thing I was ultimately trying to avoid, with the addition of a lot more saliva.
Oh, that was worth it.
But then again, dogs are really pretty cute. And when you watch them, it's easy to step outside yourself and just enjoy a creature who's simply so happy to be filled with energy and to be alive. And maybe that's how I needed to be too, more appreciative and less contemplative. Not every journey needs to be observed from the outside. Sometimes it's best to sit in traffic and stare and think, does that guy really love Holland Oats that much? So, returning home again for the second time today, I looked around at my apartment and thought, man, I'm really happy I put that keyring there because I basically never lose them anymore. And then I stepped out on my back porch to watch as the palm trees perforated the edge of the sky and the day folded in on itself to become night. And I thought about how a sunset was a lot like coming home in general. And though it seemingly stays the same, we mustn't take it for granted. And I hoped that that would be a thought poetic enough to end the video. So I stopped recording, because I didn't want to go over 4 minutes like Grace did. And Hank, I'll see you on Friday.